T-wise, this is the video that's more aimed at you. The previous video you would have watched would be the introduction that I've given to the third years. It's a very, very quick introduction. More to the point of... Sorry. Alright. It is more for, look, if you've done this before, you should fly through this. If you haven't, please, please, please take your time, watch through this video. Alright. For the lads who've done axonometric before, I need you to watch this as well. I'm going to show you the leaving cert way of getting an axonometric and going on from there. So what you first need is your two set squares, your 30-60 and your 45-degree. Because you don't have the T-squares, you don't have the table set up, you're going to use a thing called sliding set squares for all of this. So you set your set square up with your 90-degree edge. You use your base one as your T-square. And you bring this along. Yeah, my camera's in the way. So you put a vertical line somewhere around in the middle of your page like that. Right. What you do next then, trace up your set squares. I just need the camera back a bit. Right, set up your set squares so is that it's back off the start. So I'm going to extend this line down a bit. Just give me room. You want to set up your set squares now so is that you have a straight edge here and you have a little bit of the line extended out underneath. You're going to slide your set square over until that line is about middle way in the set square. So what you're going to do next is you should have your 30 degrees down here, so it's the smaller side of the set square. You're going to slide that over. You're going to draw one leg down at 30 degrees. You're going to take it out, you're going to turn it around so the 30 degrees on the other side, keeping the set square firm. And I've just moved it. So if you move it, that's fine, you just go back and reset it. Okay. And you go back at 30 degrees here. What you should have there then is you should have that crow's foot in the middle of your page. Right, that's the axonometric plane. Now, for the leaving cert, there are 3 different types of axonometric you can do. We're going to stick with the axonometric where each of these angles is the same. As you move on in the leaving cert and DCG syllabus, you might be given one that's at a different angle. So you get diametric and trimetric views, but we'll discuss those at a later point. Right, to set this plane up, what you do, you set your set squares up so that one side of your 90 degree is on a line, and you slide it down and you put this line perpendicular to that line. We're going to do the same with all of these. Right, so all of these edges of the plane. Okay. And the last one then, if you've done those two correctly, these should just join up. Like that. So now you have that triangle in the middle, you need to start drawing out where you're going to have your 2D views. So your plan and your elevation, or your elevation and your end view. It just depends on what drawing you're given, right? Thing with those is that you're going to draw these instead of drawing them so that they're going to be straight like you would have done with your orthographic views. We're going to draw them slightly tilted. So to do that, you extend this center line out. You extend this next line out. And this next line out like that. And then you draw a line perpendicular to all of those out here. Alright. And do the same down below. So you have one going down here. One going down here. One going down here. And I just find it easier to turn the set squares around then, just give myself more room on the page. Set that up. And go perpendicular to those lines then from here. Now, you need to make sure those are out a bit, and you'll see why in a second. Alright. If we want to now find the corners of these planes that we were talking about in that video, what do you do? In the junior cert, they tell you just put your compass down the middle and work away. For the leaving cert, there's a far more defined way of doing this. What you do is you open your compass out to more than halfway, and you bisect this line here. Right? find where that bisector is. So it's off, because my accuracy was off here, just a little bit off to the side. So that's where my bisector is. You should remember that from junior cert maths if you didn't do graphics. Set your compass and draw this arc like that. Okay. You'll do exactly the same down here, same thing down here. Now, because this is an equilateral triangle, I can make the assumption that this is going to be exactly the same. I can't. Okay. But before the sake of doing it properly, make sure you go out and you bisect your angle here and you draw it out. Right. Get the corners of the plane in. You join from the top here down to where the center line comes through the circle. All right, and if you remember from, again, your junior cert maths trying to who didn't do graphics, any line, right, any two lines like this that make an angle on the circumference of the circle that are touching the diameter will always have an angle here of 90 degrees. So that's why we do it that way. Okay. Right, once you have this much set up, there's another video I'm going to throw up, which is, again, one of the ones I did with the junior certs. Just get them started on graphics and just get them started on this. You're going to follow that video through now on how to set up your planes on the side and bring these into an axonometric or 3D view.